What up, boys? Welcome to something that is a little bit weird now. My face on a camera and a screen. How odd. Hit the mic. It shows how long it's been since I've done something like this. I don't know. I've just been focusing on more edited style content, but today I was like, it's been 7 months, maybe? I looked at it the other day, but I think it's been like 7 months since I did my last Legendary Rankings video, so today we're going to be doing a Legendary Rankings video. Also, if you hear any weird wind noises, there is currently a storm going on in the UK, which makes everything windy, and I live right on the coast, so the winds here are like 15 times worse than our oaks, so if there is disturbance, just ignore it. I've put this video off for 2 days now, waiting for the winds to be gone, but they won't go, so yeah, this has been the calmest day so far, so hopefully it's not too bad, but yeah, just as a disclaimer. I already reversed these colours. Why have they gone back to what they were? It makes no sense that the top one's red and the bottom one's green. That's not how colours work. Okay, now that the colours are correct, let me explain the five categories as I do. The first one is meta, meaning it's everywhere. It's a very meta card. Viable is viable, meaning it's good if you want to use it in a deck. It's still a good card. Consistent just means like it'll do its job. It's consistent. Under average means it's bad, and failure means it's probably going to nuke your deck if you put it in there. Although not really, because most legendaries are pretty good, so the F tier doesn't really mean that for legendaries. But yeah, let's get into it. Bandit, I think, is either meta or viable. Bandit is definitely a very good and very versatile card, for sure. She fits into a ton of decks, so I don't know. I'm going to put her in viable for now. If I feel like she goes into meta later, I'll move her up. Electro Wizard, consistent or viable? Again, I'm going to go consistent and move up to viable later. If I think Electro Wizard's very good, but the thing is, there's a lot of rangier competitors right now. So, is Electro Wizard in the viable category? I don't know. I don't know. We'll see where the rest go. Fisherman, I don't think has recovered from his nerf quite a while back now. Even though he did get a buff, I think he's still under average or failure. I'm gonna go under average. I'm sort of aiming for the middle categories, and we'll move everything around at some point. So yeah, I think Fisherman is either in the bottom two categories, but for now he's going to go in under average. He just doesn't really work with his hook. He needs, to be a little bit snappier, a little bit more responsive on that, because at the moment he takes far too long. Graveyard has actually seen a very big rise, which makes me want to do a Graveyard video. I think I'm going to put it in viable with Bandit right now. I wouldn't put it above Bandit. I think Bandit's a better card solely due to how versatile it is, so it's definitely not going to be meta if Bandit isn't, but again, Bandit could move and Graveyard could move. Ice Wiz, I always get, not a ton of comments, but I always get like a few comments every time I do one of these videos, because I don't rate Ice Wiz that highly. I rate Ice Wiz in the bottom two. I think without Tornado, he's useless. But should we do these without synergies? I reckon we should. I reckon cards like Princess should be judged without log bait, so in my opinion, gonna go with failure again. I think it's the third time in a row he's been in failure. Like, I know he's not going to nuke your deck if you put him in with a Tornado, but if you put him in without Tornado, he might just nuke your deck. He isn't great. Inferno Dragon, I don't know. I want to go failure. It's never seen. Like, if I'm putting Ice Witch failure, I have to put Inferno Dragon failure, right? Let's put you there. Lava Hound has been reworked, and I think it was actually a nerf to Lava Hound. Like, initially everyone was like, oh, Lava Hound's got a buff, but I think it's actually been a nerf, and I think Lava Hound used to be inviable, so there's no way it's going in meta. It's viable or consistent, and in my opinion, it's underneath Ewiz, because Ewiz is versatile. As we talk about with the Bandit, that's so key to be a versatile unit. Like Lava Hound, it's a big air troop that you use on offense. Electro Wizard is a ground troop, hits air, does a stun, can attack, can defend, very versatile compared to Lava Hound, so I think Lava Hound definitely has to be underneath Electro Wizard and could even go where Fisherman is. Log is pretty much always going to be meta as long as there's 5 small spells in the game, including arrows, because arrows are okay now, but yeah, Log is always going to be up there, and especially with Bar Barrel being pretty bad at the moment. Not awful, of course, but Bar Barrel isn't what it used to be, so it's sort of like, Zap, Log, Snowball, Bar Barrel, arrows, or something like that. That's just off the top of my head. And Log is up there, is in the meta, because small spells will always be in the meta. Lumberjack, I just did a video on this card. In my opinion, he used to be in viable meta, but now, probably just consistent. Probably between these two is actually a good place. I'm not going to place him there yet. We'll do that later in the video, but yeah, probably about there. Magic Archer, I mean, Well, what else is there to say? Magikarp is one of the top meta cards right now, especially with Zappies and Barbhut being buffed. Those two cards being buffed, Magikarp is in its prime meta. It's going to excel from so much viable bait. It's unreal, and yeah, I mean, it's what, the 10th of February now? Let me double check that. The 11th of February now, so we've definitely seen the Magikarp be part of the meta already, and yeah, it's killing it. Mega Knight, in my opinion, up to viable, just below Graveyard maybe, solely because it's 7 Elixir. It's a very good card. Seagulls? No. Let's go into Minor. Minor may not actually be... I think Minor's won the last 2 tier lists, has it? It's gone first in all of them. I'm going to put it in meta, but it might not win this time. I was going to say this month. We don't do this monthly, so this time. Nightwitch, I think, is incredibly underrated right now. I'm going to put her in viable at the moment. I think she is in that category of cards up here. I think that's probably where she belongs. Princess, under average, isn't great. Could even go in failure, but I don't think she's that bad. I just think she's not great at the moment. Needs log bait, really, or some sort of bait to go with her, which is just how the card works. So inevitably, she's never going to be great on these lists unless they mega buff her, but they're probably never going to buff Princess because it's in a pretty good spot in terms of bait, but as a lone card, it's not great. Ram Rider, I don't really know, probably just consistent. Like, it's not bad, so it wouldn't go in under average, but it's not great, so it wouldn't really go in viable. Ram Rider was so much cooler when it, like, actually stunned things, you know. And I know I have the old card image here. I actually prefer the old card image, which is only me, because the old one is really ugly, but I think the newer one is even uglier, because it's all yellow and stuff. It's really bad, but yeah, Ram Rider, the actual card, that's what I'm talking about images, it's just, yeah, it's just consistent. It was so much better when the what's it called, is it a snare? Actually did something. Now it just seems really useless, a little bit of damage. Raw Ghost, not great, going on under average. Sparky, I think is underrated, but still under average. It's not a great card. Raw Ghost and Sparky, yeah, we all know what's wrong with Sparky. Just takes too long. But obviously that's the gimmick of the card, so they shouldn't really change that. And Raw Ghost just isn't the damage dealer that he should be. So now we're going to go through the tiers, and we're going to order them within their tiers. So we'll do the meta tier first, these top 3 cards here. Log, Magikarp, and Minor. These ones are really hard to put into place. I'm going to go Magikarp, Log, Minor, I think. I think Magikarp is better than Log. Obviously it's really hard to say because this is a spell, this is a troop. Very difficult to say. And I think Log, again, it's hard to say because Spell and Troop will be better than Minor right now. So, in my opinion, it goes like that. Minor doesn't actually win this tier list, which is weird. Next in the viable category, Bandit is better than Graveyard, yes. Mega Knight is worse than Graveyard, I would say so. Nightwitch worse than Mega Knight. You know what, I'm actually going to move Graveyard back here. I'm going to go Bandit, Mega Knight, Nightwitch, Graveyard as my 4 viable. Oh, I don't know, it's really tough. Electro Wizard, Lava Hound, Lumberjack, and Ram Rider. I think Lumberjack's definitely better than Hound, and I think Ram Rider's better than Hound. Ram Rider better than Lumberjack, probably. Not better than Ewiz though, so I'd keep that there. Next is Fisherman or Princess. I would go Princess maybe. Royal Ghost or Fisherman. I would probably go Royal Ghost. Sparky or Fisherman. Probably go Sparky. Princess or Royal Ghost, probably go Princess. Royal Ghost or Sparky. Oh, that one's real tough. I'm going to go Sparky just because it does do insane DPS, so it sort of worms its way up a little bit. Ice Wiz or Inferno Drag, I think Ice Wiz definitely wins out there. Now, could some troops move down? Could Minor move down to viable? No, I think it's meta. Could Bandit move up to meta? I think it could. Yes, I'm going to say yes, but it definitely stays underneath Minor, in my opinion. So it stays like this. Could Mega Knight move up to meta? I don't think so. I think it's viable, but I don't think it's top tier at the moment. Could Graveyard move down to consistent? I think it could, but I think we always end up with way too many consistent cards than we should have. So I think I'm going to keep it in viable. Yeah, screw it. It has an insane usage rate right now. We'll keep it in viable for now. Could Ewiz move up to viable? Ewiz is viable, but would it fit into most decks? Not really. At the moment, there are so many better competitors to it. I'm going to keep it inconsistent. Oh, it's a tough one. I'm probably going to get loads of stick for that, but we'll keep it there. Lava Hound, could it move down to under average? Maybe, you know. Yeah, I'm going to move it down to under average. Is it better than Princess? Yeah, I think that's still right. I just think it needs to be down a tier. And then we have Fisherman moving down to failure. You know what? I think it could. Yeah, I think Fisherman could move down to there. It feels weird putting Inferno Dragon as the worst legendary right now. I don't think I've gotten that right. The Royal Ghost is like sort of not sitting well with me. It feels like it needs to move down. But it doesn't. I don't think. I think Ice Wizard can maybe be better than Fisherman. And could Inferno Dragon be better than Fisherman? Oh, I don't know. I don't know how much I'm rating Fisherman right now. Alright, you know what? I think I'm going to put Fisherman as the worst in the game. And I'm going to put Inferno Dragon just above it. I think that there is about correct. So we review it. I've got Fisherman as the worst legendary in the game. Truly, I do think that. I think he has a ton of potential because obviously he's pretty high skill cap, and when he can, you know, get consistent king activations with a player who could use him properly, he's pretty good. But at the moment, it doesn't really do that. Inferno Dragon just above it. It burns things down. It's pretty much all you can say. Not the greatest unit right now. Ice Wiz again without Tornado isn't too much use. With Tornado, it'd probably be up inconsistent or maybe even higher. Royal Ghost just too easy to stop right now. Not enough health, not enough damage. Doesn't do great. Sparky, we all know the problem. Takes too long to hit, but it does do some good DPS, so it's not in failure. Princess, not great without bait, but still a pretty good card all around. You could use it if you really wanted to. It's not going to absolutely murder you. Lava Hound, I feel like it's been nerfed, in my opinion. I feel like it was better before, so I'm going to keep it under average there. Lumberjack, very consistent. Does its job. Chop things up. Good job, Lumberjack. Ram Rider, again, was better when the snare did more. It's just consistent at the moment. It's obviously boosted in the current game, but isn't much more than consistent. Electro Wizard could probably move up a little bit, but at the moment, due to its current competition, this is a meta list, so we're going to keep it where it is. Graveyard has shot up a ton. Couldn't actually really tell you why right now. Maybe due to all the poison bait from Magikarp and Zappies and Barb Hut and stuff like that. Barb Hut is actually probably a big influence on it, but yeah, definitely probably stays there. I did just say definitely probably as a statement. That's an oxymoron. Doesn't make too much sense. Night Witch, insanely good at the moment, even though it just got nerfed. It's still pretty good. Well, I got nerfed like 2 months ago, but it's still pretty good. Mega Knight is actually the highest it's been on my list in a while. This is due to all of the Fireball bait going around with Barb Hut and Zappies. Ah, those are such meta shifters, aren't they? I should have reviewed that video. Those balance changes. Sorry, I didn't forget to do it. I had a video up going that night, so I was like, no, we're not going to review it this month. But we'll get into it next month. I missed the 1 month where stuff has really shifted. Bandit in meta, maybe could have gone down to viable. Minor, always in meta, always. Surprisingly, didn't actually win this time, but there you are. Log getting up there because the other small spells aren't too great right now, and our winner, the big Magikarp, because he's pretty good right now. Goes very well in the meta and all the Fireball bait. Just a strong card since being buffed like a while back. And yeah, just very good. So yeah, there's my meta tier list. It's also a ranking because they're 1 to, how many are there? 4, 7, 10, 14, 17. So 1 to 17 as you wish. Do let me know what you think of my rankings down below and what yours would be in the comments. I read them all. I reply to them all. So yeah, go ahead and do that. But apart from that, thank you all for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy it, and peace.